America is not a racist country.
Ladies and gentlemen, many people are upset about the jury selection that took place for the Ahmaud Arbery case that's already started. In fact, it was live streamed today. I saw it on the Washington Post this morning. And so if you did not get a chance to watch, try to watch it. It was interesting. I'm not going to say it wasn't, but it has already started. And I'm sure it'll be going on all next week and probably the following week as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is BuzzFeed, November 5th, 2021. Just one black person is on the jury in Ahmaud Arbery's killing, even though a judge agreed it appeared to be intentional discrimination. Of course it is. You cannot trust all white juries. All white juries are largely responsible for all of the exonerations that go on in this country every single day. There are exonerations because black men primarily have been sitting in jail for decades for crimes they didn't even commit. And that being said, how can we trust primarily all white juries? We just can't. All right, so just one black person will serve as a juror in the trial of three white men accused of killing Ahmaud Arbery, even after the judge overseeing the case said there appears to be intentional discrimination in jury selection. And a lot of people are saying that. How can you have a lot of black people show up? Quite a few black people showed up, but this is the outcome of who you picked. Yeah, it looks like straight up discrimination. Attorneys for Travis McMichael, Gregory McMichael, and William Bryan Jr. on Wednesday removed 11 of the 12 black panelists being considered for the jury, prompting prosecutors to ask Judge Timothy Wamsley to reseat 8 of them. Prosecutors argued that black panelists were removed from the jury pool simply because of their race. Wemsley declined to reseat them, citing state law, even as he acknowledged that the racial overtones of the case. Yeah, you can't trust this jury already. This court has found that there appears to be intentional discrimination on the panel, the judge said, but it doesn't mean that the court has the authority to reseat simply because we have this um so he's saying we can't reseat, and they got to follow whatever the state law is down there in Georgia. This is a bunch of BS, y'all. This is a bunch of BS. The move ensured that the 3 men accused of chasing down and fatally shooting Arbery on February 23rd, 2020, as he was jogging in Brunswick, Georgia, will face an overwhelmingly white jury in their upcoming trial, which already began, by the way. His death and the delay of authorities in charging the 3 men. Remember, they stayed free. This happened in February, and nobody got arrested until May. And these 3 idiots thought the video was going to exonerate them, and it actually incriminated them. I guess all that confidence, huh? All right. So his death and the delay of local authorities in charging the 3 men prompted widespread protest in 2020 after a video of the shooting was released. Wednesday's decision also means that the 3 men will face a jury whose racial makeup will differ significantly from their community, where 26% of the residents are black. Yeah, then you should have had more than one black person on this jury. Yeah, you can best believe this is a deliberate act. In court on Wednesday, defense attorney considered 48 possible jurors, 12 of whom were black and 36 white. They were allowed to remove 24 of the panelists and use the power to remove 11 of the potential jurors that were black. To make her case that race was the main reason they were removed, the prosecutor said that all the court needed was to do the math. Despite agreeing with prosecutors on how the numbers appeared, Walmsley said the court was limited by Georgia law. Since defense attorneys presented other reasons for removing the potential jurors than race, the court could only take action if it found that the attorneys had not been genuine, he said. Well, I'm telling you, they haven't been. Come on. If Brunswick is 26% black, how do you justify having just one black juror and 11 white jurors? Oh boy. Well, this is America, and this is how they do it all around the country. They will stack the jury against a black defendant, or in this case, a black decedent, somebody that has died. And this is how it's done. All right, at least in the state of Georgia, the court, if it hears a legitimate, non discriminatory, clear, and reasonably specific reason related to the case, that is usually enough to get the court to finding in its third phase where the panelist does not need to be reseated, Walmsley said. If he had brought the black panelists back into the jury pool, the judge would have had to find that defense attorneys were essentially lying in court, which they are. I mean, look, these are the same defense attorneys that were trying to put Ahmaud Arbery on trial instead of their clients who did the murdering. The court is not going to place into the defense of finding that they are not being truthful to the court, Walmsley said. During Wednesday's court hearing, defense attorneys provided numerous reasons why some of the black potential jurors were cut from the jury pool. One panelist, attorney Bob Rubin, said had a fiance who had expressed that she was a strong supporter of the Justice for Ahmaud movement on her Facebook page. That panelist, Rubin argued, had also said they had resigned from their jobs as a police officer when in fact their certification had been revoked. Prosecutors pointed out most of the people interviewed for the jury pool had shown that they had developed opinions on the case because of the worldwide media attention it had received, despite there being two other former law enforcement officers in the panel, both of whom are white. Mm-mm-mm. Dinokoski argued defense attorneys had only gone through the records of the black former police officer. Okay, so they have not said that they have gone and pulled their records. Another black panelist told attorneys during questioning that her understanding of the case was that a young man was shot due to his color, and the three men who committed the act almost got away. Dinaboski argued that all jurors had been asked what they knew of the facts of the case based on what they'd heard in the media. We all know that's what she said, but the defense failed to provide any reason that she's different from any other juror, stating the facts that they heard from the news media and TV. She said, the real question here is, can you put that aside? Because it's been based on news media. And in this case, this juror did indicate she could do that. She said she could put aside what she heard on the media, but they struck her off of the jury anyway. Defense attorneys pointed out one black panelist had a Black Lives Matter sticker on his car, but the man had said he bought the vehicle with the sticker already attached. Defense attorney Kevin Go questioned the man's honesty. It seems to me like he is distancing himself from his own political statement, Go said. Well, I mean, a lot of used cars got bumper stickers already on them. I mean, that's not a crime and that's not illegal. Other panelists were flagged by the defense attorney because they had participated in community events connected to Arbery's death, including a Run with Arbery event. Attorneys on both sides have struggled to construct a jury for the upcoming trial, delaying opening statements for several days already. It's been difficult in a small, tight knit community to find impartial jurors who had not been affected by the killing. Many people had relationships to the defendants and the victim. Wednesday arguments were also one of the multiple ways that race has already played a central role in the trial. Prospective jurors have been questioned about their views on the Confederate flag, the Black Lives Matter movement, and how Black people are treated in the criminal justice system. In this particular case, there are significant overtones of race to begin with. Now, this is according to the judge. Because of that, it gets very difficult for the court. So, last week I did a video on how difficult they said it was to find jurors in that area. And now, when they found jurors, they made an effort to strike. Out of 12 Black potential jurors, they struck 11 and kept one. So, So now you have a jury of 11 white people and one Black person. Oh boy. I just don't see this as good. But we shall see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this case did get a lot of publicity and a lot of people are watching. Like I said, if you get a chance, check out the Washington Post. They were live streaming the trial today, and I watched it for, I would say, a little over an hour, and when they really get into the case where the prosecution and the defense is presenting evidence, that's where it's going to get really interesting. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.